You're going to do your entrance and we'll get going here.
Hello everyone, this is Linda Jo Heffner and I'm the author of Tainted Seas, My Sailor Story, which is a true memoir of my life with my husband Bud. But today I'm not here to talk to you about that. I'm with Sandra LeFlamme, president of Canines for Heroes, and I would like you to learn a lot more about what service she provides. Sandra, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Linda. I'm Sandra LeFlamme with Canines for Heroes. We do deal with a furry ball of fun, but our dogs are prescribed. It's not a pill, and they are service dogs. So who I have in my lap, this is not a service dog. All dogs are a furry ball of fun. So we'll do some video later, or we'll provide you with some links so you can get in on the virtual dog training that I do as part of a service of Canines for Heroes. But our mission is to help first responders and veterans with PTSD. And we've given lots of dogs. You can count on them being very highly trained, very highly skilled, and prescribed. So they're for that specific person. Think of a disability, somebody in a wheelchair. That's obviously a handicap. That's protected with Americans with Disability. PTSD is a disability. Despite what has been said to my very own face, it is a disability and it is covered with Americans with Disability, but there are a lot of fake service dogs. So Canines for Heroes was born from that opportunity where my husband and I trained Allie, our first dog, in 2012 when we met and got married, and we found out the standard was not being kept. The best trainers out there were tired of working with people who didn't want to train their dogs right, have a real service dog, or they didn't have a disability. They just wanted the excuse to bring their dog in a restaurant. So we are a collaboration of the best trainers and some of the best breeders in the United States. And so the end result is we really specialize in Sarasota and Manatee County now because we know it's really good to give back once you have one of our service dogs. They're 100% effective. PTSD, or suicide prevention, what we do, is literally changing lives, and it changes up to another 400 people. Because if we lose that veteran or first responder to suicide, and it's more than 22 a day, it's horrible. This group who serves us is acutely affected by the things that happen. And this gives them an opportunity to not seek other things that could be addictive. Well, these furry ball of fun that are prescribed are generally a German Shepherd dog, a Belgian Malinois, chocolate labs, any great pure bloodline of Labrador retrievers, even golden retrievers. And then we have some that now serve the dual purpose for our veteran or first responder who has mobility issues, seizures, or are getting over other things in their life that are things that the dogs can sense. We train the dogs for that. And each dog is trained for that specific person. The whole family is trained, the whole family is involved. So making a difference, one family at a time, changes hundreds of lives and makes a difference in every community. Because like your Bud, that level of person that is trained and that able gives back to the community. And when we lose them, it's a very big deal.
Yes, it is. It is. Sandra, do you explain to the people across to these frontline workers and veterans how much do they have to pay to have a dog from your thing?
Well, okay, the dog is granted, and
In other words, it's free.
Yes.
It's free to our veterans, it's free to our frontline workers, which I find absolutely amazing. So where are you getting your funds from then? You have to have something to run this.
That's a nice thing. It is not run on a wing or a prayer, and we don't have a lot of administrative things that come through the foundation. It all goes straight to the dog. As soon as money comes in, it's between $7,500 and $8,500. Sometimes there's a cost to that dog, and that can go up just a little bit more depending on the dog and where we're getting the dog. Some of our recipients have their own dogs already. Our trainers will assess those dogs and make sure the dog can be trained at that level, will grow to more than 40 pounds. And it's not just common obedience. It's a dog who will work. And this is how you tell the difference when you're out in public. A working dog is only paying attention to the person they're working for.
Right, so our veterans and our frontline workers are not paying any money towards this. So
No.
donations to your organization, folks, are very important.
Yep.
You want to help a disabled veteran with PTSD or other types of disabilities, take that little bit of extra money that you might spend at the Starbucks over 3, 4, 5 months and send it out to Canine for Heroes, because this is where you can help. We can say, oh, I'd love to help those veterans, but what can I do? Well, let's get them squared away with some help that they can do. Because these folks did not ask you if, when they went off to war or fight, for anything from you. And when they come home, they deserve to be taken care of. So let's make sure we can take care of them. They need a dog, let's get them a dog. So is there
Thank you for that.
anything you'd like to add?
Canines for Heroes, CANINESFORHEROES.org, caninesforheroes.org. You can find us on the internet, do a Google search. And I'm Sandra LeFlamme. Thank you so much for your consideration. And anything you do, lots of neighborhoods now are getting together. And like this neighborhood has a group of people that get together for coffee, and they sent us a check last month. Every neighborhood that does something for veterans in the Sarasota, Manatee County areas are making a difference. And to raise the money for a dog, in each neighborhood that does that, then you also get to name the dog. So the fun thing about being involved as a neighborhood is now you also get to be involved in that person's life and making a difference and seeing what's going on with that dog and the difference that the dog is making.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to find along with this video all the information where you can contact Sandra and her group, Canines for Heroes, and make sure that you give up your coffee, give up whatever, or that little extra money you have around the house. The kind you pull out of your pocket and put in that jar is probably filled up. Cash it in. Whatever you have, whatever you can afford, let's donate and take care of our veterans. This is Linda Jo Heffner. Thank you, Sandra, for joining me today.
Thank you, Linda.
And we're going to say
Thank you.
goodbye for now, and I'll see you again.